welcome back to another episode of Brian Updates. I hope you all are having a lovely day and thank you so much for joining me on this episode. And before I even begin, I just want to say a massive thank you to all of you who have subscribed. We have managed to get to 900 subscribers and honestly, that is such a huge milestone for me. So thank you all very much for your love, for your commitment, and for your unwavering support. I really appreciate. Now, on to today's story. So the trooping of the color happened, and I even showed you how members of the royal family were literally booed on their way to Buckingham Palace. That wasn't a good scene at all, and it made a lot of headlines on that day, and the UK media are obviously also stunned by how much people have really lost interest in this royal family, and also how small the balcony, well, the number of people standing on that balcony was. But one of the stories that made so many rounds on social media is how Kate Middleton reacted to being booed by members of the Republic. Like, that look was obviously that of someone who seemed really angry. If she had laser eyes, then trust me, she would have lasered every single person who was booing at her and her kids. Well, I feel sorry for the kids because it's not their fault that they are in this situation. But for mean girl Kate Middleton, I honestly don't have any kind of sympathy towards her. This is exactly what she deserves. I mean, she chased Prince William for 10 years. She chased this man to marry her for 10 years. And yet this is the kind of life that she gets to live with her kids. And maybe if she worked a little bit harder, then these members of the Republic would not be here booing them and saying all of these things towards them. So yeah, I blame her 100% for it. And yesterday when the videos were circulating online, some Derangers were like, oh, that is an AI generated video of Kate Middleton. There's no way she looked at the members of the public like that. But today, the UK media have confirmed that this truly happened, that Kate Middleton truly had that reaction towards the people who are booing her and her kids. So take a look at all of these headlines. For example, from the Daily Express, they say that Princess Kate looks seriously unimpressed as protesters boo her and her kids. And then GB News was like, Princess of Wales's icy glare at anti-monarchy protesters who booed her, George, Charlotte, and Louis. And then the Daily Mail said, moment Kate glares at anti-monarchists as they boo her and children at trooping the color. Then Mirror was like, moment Princess Kate stares down at anti-monarchists as they boo royals at trooping the color. Finally, they are admitting that Kate Middleton truly looked very displeased, that she looked at these people with some if looks could kill eyes. I think if she had the power, then she would have ordered for every single one of them to be beheaded, because that is the look Kate Middleton gave. She was really angry. She was agitated. She didn't want that at all. But she better get used to it, or else she should just step up and do a little bit more work and show value for the money that they are getting as an institution. Because part of the reason why these anti-monarchists are actually angry is because they don't see the work that these people do. They don't see any need for the monarchy because they receive so much money, but then the members of the public don't get anything in return. So if Kate worked a little bit harder, then maybe, just maybe, things would be better. But we all know Kate Middleton. She's been in this family for close to 15 years now, yet we don't see the work that she does. She's just lazy. She'd rather look at people with that very scary look instead of actually just getting up and working harder. Anyway, people had a lot to say on this, and I'm just going to show you some reactions from the Daily Mail, because the Daily Mail article talking about this story as of right now has like 4.7 thousand comments. And to be honest, this is the most number of comments that I have seen on an article talking about Prince William or Kate Middleton or the Waleses in general. Most of the time, people don't seem interested in them, but For once, after a very scandalous thing, you can see that the comments are a lot. So let me just read you a couple of comments from people on this article. For example, one person commented on this saying, if you're anti-monarchy, you're a traitor and should be taken to the tower. Well, that is one of Kate and William's fans, right? This is a Deranger. So if someone is anti-monarchy, it means that they are a traitor and they should be taken to the tower. I wonder which tower they are talking about. Or do they mean people should be beheaded or something like that? This is honestly just crazy. People are allowed to have their own opinions concerning the monarchy or even politics in the UK. And then another person was like, if you use your kids for PR, expect some pushback. Exactly. And William and Kate have been doing that for quite some time now. They use their kids for a PR and to avoid scrutiny. But this time round, she could not escape that. And then another person is like, in this age and time, it is not an easy task to be dressed elegantly, being shown in an open carriage through the streets with thousands of people. I would feel like a puppet on show despite all the privileges. No wonder she does only the 4 to 5 important events per year. Exactly. No wonder she does very few engagements per year, because can you imagine this kind of treatment every single time? But again, that is not an excuse for Kate Middleton to be lazy. If she worked a little bit harder, then maybe things would be better. Maybe these people would not be lined up on the street booing her and her family. And then someone else said, protesters seem to be attention-seeking, nasty people. Why bother? Just get on with your own lives. Why go anywhere near something you hate? That is from another supporter of the Welses. Like, people again are allowed to have their own opinion. You don't have to attack people for saying they don't want anything to do with this monarchy. They obviously have their own reasons. And another person is like, showing her true colors. That is the way Kate looked at these people. Well, that is exactly whom Kate is, and the world is finally seeing the kind of person that she is. And if she can actually act like this in public, then can you imagine the kind of treatment that she subjected Meghan to? The way she was so mean towards Meghan, the way when Meghan told her about baby brain, Kate Middleton told Meghan, we aren't that close. So you can just tell the kind of person Kate is. She's obviously a very mean person. And at least right now, you get to see it in public. The mask really slipped this time. And even the UK media could not cover up for Kate Middleton's behavior. And then another supporter of William and Kate cried, saying, they generate more tourist dollars to their country. As their brand continues to evolve, it will continue to be modernized with when William is king. My gosh, Europe is all about monarchies. The anti-monarchies are all matrix. These people are truly delusional. And how much does the royal family actually bring in terms of tourism to the UK? I don't think it's a lot of money, because most people have lost interest in this royal family. And I think people from all around the world are actually looking at this royal family and are like, do you mean people still bow to a human being? Do you mean people actually ruled by an unelected member of that royal family? It just it's something that is so absurd. So I don't really think people come to the UK for the purpose of seeing the royal family. That is one of the least, well, according to me, not as exciting, really. And then someone else said, on a totally different subject, why do we never hear any tangible results from her life's work with under fives? The round table where she mumbles and contributes nothing, and pointless Italian trips. Where are the findings? Exactly. We never really hear about Kate's work. And as I have said, that is why people are angry, because they don't see the results from these people's work. It's all about going on trips, which Kate actually did one this year after like was it 4 years or 5 years? So what Kate loves to do is just go on vacations with her family, go on trips, but when it comes to doing real work, she never really wants to do that. And people are saying that and they are tired. They should remember that the members of the Republic are actually Brits. They are not people from other parts of the world coming to boo members of the royal family. So yeah, maybe Kate should just pull up her socks instead of giving the protesters this awful look. So yeah, that is it from me today, but I'd love to know what you think. Then I'll see you on the next episode. And I hope you have a lovely day ahead. Goodbye.